Hi, welcome back to another episode of Figs Talks Fights. I'm your host, Brian Figueredo, and we're still in the middle of a pandemic. Shouldn't even say in the middle, somewhere in a pandemic. And hey, you looking for good news today? Ain't fucking happening. Jon Jones has gotten arrested again. What? Why the fuck can't this guy learn his lessons? Please, is it money? Is it just he just refuses to learn anything? What the hell is going on? We're all going a little crazy here, just a little bit. Let's have some emotional control. Take a deep breath and take care of ourselves. Especially professional athletes. I mean, you guys got to be mentally locked in more than anybody. And Jon Jones raves he's got the mental aspect down more than anything. What the hell is going on? So, in the wee hours of Thursday, March 26th, so this would have been overlaying the evening of Wednesday, March 25th, because what else is there to do or Wednesday nights in Albuquerque? Well, get drunk with some firearms and drive around, right? Let's take a bit of a backstory. Jon Jones became the youngest light heavyweight champion, actually the youngest UFC champion, in March of 2011, defeating Shogun Rua for the light heavyweight title. And the only person that's ever taken the title away from Jon Jones has been Jon Jones, okay? He came out with a very squeaky clean image. Something seemed a little off for me after that Vladimir Matviyenko fight that he had right before the Bader fight that initially led him to the title shot against Shogun Rua when Rashad Evans had to pull out. But anyhow, a year later, he goes by racking up title defenses against the likes of Rampage Jackson, former champion, also former champion Lyoto Machida, and then his old training partner and new nemesis, Rashad Evans. I guess under the radar, he crashes a Bentley with 3 women in it, not his wife or fiance being any of them. Okay, gets a DUI then. All right. Then some time passes by, coming up to the Cormier fight. It got leaked from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, which he shouldn't have been tested for, but he did test positive for cocaine. Finally, I just tried cocaine once, blah, 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 tells that story, okay? Bullshit. But anyhow, then, fast forward a few months later, gets into a hit and run, hits a pregnant woman in Albuquerque, takes off. Bunch of witnesses said he fled the scene, came back for cash and a pipe. I don't know. This is all alleged. I don't know if these are facts or not, but would it surprise you? Okay. Comes back from that a year later. Then he pops for an estrogen blocker. Says he got it from some dick pills. Bullshit. Then comes in later from that, gets over that suspension. Then all of a sudden he gets pulled over for drag racing. And there's a video out with him giving the cop a bunch of attitude. What the fuck are you doing, man? Then just shortly after that, he pops for Turinabol. I mean, it's just been one thing after the other. So Jon Jones, I believe, was officially charged with, it was an aggravated DWI, negligent use of firearms, okay? Also got charged with possession of an open container because they found a bottle of rum behind the passenger seat. Okay, and also no proof of insurance. And he blew over twice the limit. Look, when I was a young guy, I fucked up a lot. I made lots of mistakes, okay? But then getting into my 20s, lessons were freaking learned. I had to clean up my act. I did some stupid shit. I mean, is it on this level? No, but I'm not going to judge. I also wasn't a world champion freaking millionaire in my early 20s. I give Jon Jones a hell of a lot of passes. In fact, if you heard any of my Jon Jones videos, it sounds like I'm hating on him. Look, I was a Jon Jones fan. I am just frustrated. The world is at your oyster. Just fucking behave like a decent human being. Don't go out drinking and driving. Don't be firing off a gun. This is alleged at this point, but the whole reason why the cops went to him in the first place is because there was a complaint over gunshots in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And this is what they show up to? A drunk Jon Jones in a car with an open container and a freaking gun? What the fuck are you doing? You're a world champion. I don't know if Jon Jones is going to get through this one, okay? The UFC is on hold for God knows how long. I know Dana White's thinking anywhere in the world that, there was the least amount of COVID cases and the governors will just look past and say, let's put health and security aside. Let's make some money off these fights. That's where those fights will take place ASAP. It's a whole different story. Check out my video on those thoughts on Khabib and Tony on this channel. But anyhow, are they going to have his back this time? When is enough enough? Come the fuck on. If this was a family member of mine, I think I would be giving them some silent love at this point. I wouldn't even want to have anything to say to them until they fucking figured it out. Okay? And he's Jon Jones. He's a millionaire. He's a world champion. He's going to surround himself with yes men. And until all the money and the fame fades away, they're going to be there for him. Don't worry about it, Jon. You're Jon fucking Jones. You can do whatever the hell you want. Whoever's in his corner, whoever's in his circle, okay? Unless he got his best interest, get the fuck out of the way. I don't know how much more this guy can fuck up and get away with it. I think this might be the last one. So, Jon Jones, who the hell knows? But for all the fighters that cannot get into repeated trouble in, 4, 5, 6 instances of bullshit when it comes to either, PEDs or your bullshit outside the cage, look, I'm a very forgiving guy. I fucked up. You've probably fucked up. We all fuck up. It's part of being human. But these aren't fuck ups. These are decisions. And the consequences need to be paid for it. This isn't a world champion that I want my son looking up to. All right? Anyhow, if you enjoyed the content here today, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you watching very much. Till next time, we'll have some positive news and